You might be wondering, when will Royal Caribbean release new sailings for 2026, 2027, 2048? In any case, here's when to expect new cruises to be released by Royal Caribbean. Here we go. Hey everyone, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. If you're like so many of our viewers, you're probably wondering when Royal Caribbean will open up new itineraries for the coming years. Royal Caribbean puts out new cruises periodically, but they only put them out for about a year or two in advance, and a lot of people want to know when they can book another cruise. Now, while some people may find it strange to book vacations like more than 2 years in advance, a lot of other people are always looking ahead in order to make plans. And it's actually a really good idea because there are many benefits to booking a cruise that far ahead, not to mention the fact it's just fun to have a new trip to look forward to. The short answer of when Royal Caribbean will release new cruises, whether it's for 2026, 2027, or any time in the future, is that it's not quite known for certain, but Royal Caribbean does usually follow a typical pattern. Now, the cruise line plays their deployment schedule close to the vest until they're ready to disclose it. So the best we can do is guess based on what they've done in the past, but in all honesty, you can expect this pattern to pretty much hold true because it's been the case for a long time. Royal Caribbean typically has 2 release cycles, in the fall and again in the spring. For the last few years, Royal Caribbean's posted new sailings around November to early December, and then again February through April. They stuck to this pattern even during when the cruise industry was shut down in 2020 and 2021. Prior to the actual sailings going on sale, Royal Caribbean will post a deployment schedule, which specifies the week, but not the day, of release for each block of itineraries. These blocks are grouped by cruise length and region. One trick some cruisers have come up with is to follow what sister brand Celebrity Cruise does, because Celebrity is usually ahead of Royal Caribbean in posting new deployments by about a month. Keeping in mind that all this is making educated guesses, looking back at the last few years, it seems like Royal Caribbean has a pattern of which sets of new cruises get released in the fall versus the spring. In 2022, 2021, and 2020, Royal Caribbean opened up new bookings for 3 regions in November and December, and that was Alaska, Europe, and 7-night Summer Caribbean. In addition, we'd usually see the first new deployment released the first week of November and then continue through the month, skipping the Thanksgiving week holiday and then resuming in early December. The rest of the new itineraries were released in the spring. It's very important to remember that this is what the cruise line has done in the past, and this could definitely change in the coming years. But since the question of when new bookings will be released is such a common question, this is really the best information we have at our disposal. So what can you expect in the spring? Well, after the winter holidays are over, Royal Caribbean gears up to release new itineraries for the rest of the schedule in the spring. In 2023, new itineraries were posted as early as the week of February 13th, 2023. In 2022, the first new itineraries were posted the week of February 21st, and in 2021, it was posted during the week of February 15th. Just like the fall, you'd get one batch of itineraries posted per week, and the process can go all the way until April or May to fully complete. In the spring, you'll get the bulk of the new itineraries released that fill in the gaps from the fall. Short Caribbean cruises, cruises from New York and Baltimore, and long Caribbean cruises are the notable sailings that get posted in the spring, and you also get Australia and China and others as well. So why should you book a cruise 2 years early? One of the best strategies to get the lowest price on your cruise is to book a cruise early, even 2 years early. It may seem crazy to book a cruise quite that far in advance, but there are some really good benefits to placing a deposit that early. At a very basic level, cruise lines increase the price of a sailing as the ship sails out. By booking early, inventory is at its highest, and that usually nets you some of the best prices, especially for suites. If you live in a certain country, you're allowed to reprice your cabin and take advantage of a price drop until the final payment date. This includes residents of the United States and Canada, but there are others as well. Beyond the cost of a cruise, another good reason to book early is to get a specific cabin. There are certain types of cabins that always sell out quickly, so booking early is almost always the best way to get them. Suites, as an example, are usually the first type of cabin category to sell out because there are so few suites on board. Keep in mind that suites always have non-refundable cruise fare, so there's a bit of a risk if you aren't totally certain what your vacation plans will be in 2 years or more. Moreover, there could be a specific location you want, and booking early allows you to get that. Maybe you want an aft balcony. So once again, booking early will get you that best room location. The other really important reason to book early is because you may want to cruise over a holiday. Holiday sailings are always competitive and the prices never go down. This includes spring break, Christmas, summer, and New Year's. If you want to take a cruise during these times of year, you'll want to snag a cabin because the prices will almost certainly go up. When I'm asked how far in advance should I book a cruise, my answer is always as early as you can. Certainly when new itineraries are published is the ideal time. But how do you know you're getting a good deal when you book? The only way to truly know if you have a good price for a cruise is to have a good sense of prices before they come out. Cruise pricing is dynamic, and it really does vary from sailing to sailing and ship to ship, and prices can fluctuate over time. The more you pay attention to prices for the itinerary you're interested in, the easier it will be to know a cruise deal when you see one. Not everyone is necessarily able or interested to spend the time to track cruise prices, and again, this is when a good travel agent comes in so handy. I use a travel agent anytime I book a cruise, and the good ones certainly are knowledgeable about cruise prices when they see them all the time. It's a good idea to work with your travel agent before the cruises are released so they know what you're interested in and can advise you on the best options once cruises are posted. A good travel agent may even be able to get you a coveted cabin before anybody else. At the risk of jinxing everybody trying to anticipate when Royal Caribbean's new release schedule will be, this information is the best idea of what to expect. Once a deployment schedule is released, I always post the information at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, so until then, we'll keep our fingers crossed that will line up as expected. While there's no way to be absolutely certain when Royal Caribbean will release new summer cruises, I really hope this video gives you a frame of reference of what to expect. Let me know in the comments below what has been your experience with booking new cruises, especially when new deployments come out, and what's your best tips and strategies for taking advantage of it. While you're down below our video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. That way YouTube lets you know of a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.